So welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Matt. I'm so grateful that you just tuned in by listening on audio or watching. Either way, it really helps the show and it helps you and it helps me and it helps everybody. So I'm so grateful that you just tuned in and sharing and showing up each day when when a solo episode comes out. And I'm so grateful. You know so. Um, So I'm just very grateful. So thank you. So anyways, for today's podcast solo episode, I should say, whatever you call it, um, um, I want to talk about like the results you have and why you're not getting the results you're probably not getting if you, I don't know, realize it or not, let's say. And most people don't like the results and they don't change it because for some reason or some strange reason or whatever, they don't like the results, but the results stay the same because they don't change their mind. They don't change their life. And most of us have this limiting beliefs about ourselves and lives and people that we can't have or we can't do this. And the truth is we can. It just takes study and understanding. And I think that we have to be very clear what we want at first, but I think we have to really understand why are we not getting the results we're not getting, basically. And most people get the results they don't want, but they have the same results each year, each day, each week, and each month, and until they change it, if they even change it at all. And it's like, if you don't like the results, then why are you not changing it? That's the question I'm asking right now to myself and everybody. And the truth is, we all want to get better. We want to improve. It's not that my results are not the same from a year ago. They're completely different. But the reason why I'm saying this is because I studied it. I reprogrammed my subconscious, and I'm still in it. I'm not perfect, and I still won't get the results I always want. You should be happy with what you got, but you should never be satisfied. And you should always, grow the things that you never wanted before, the things you never done before. And I think that's the key. And like most people think about goals like the things they can do, they think they can do. But it's not really inspiration. I guess it is in a way, but not really. If you think about it, um, most of the things we do, we already know how to do. But we should go after the goals that we want we've never done before. Never done before. And you want to get to the goal that you want. As you think about it in your mind, like, where do I want to go? Do I want to go here, here, or here? Which goals do you want you've never been before? And most people will say, "Oh, I'm gonna go to my neighbor and ask them." Well, they're probably not gonna know because they never got the results. They probably won't either. So, um, I would recommend to I don't know, go on YouTube or listen to podcasts and find some mentors that um uh, you really admire and actually know what they're talking about. Um, like you get these personal development speakers or motivation speakers, and they tell you all these things, but people don't do because they don't listen, or part of it, I don't think they really pay attention. I don't think they're really giving the correct answer. I think part of it, I think these motivation speakers give you trying to give you these confusing steps, I think. And I don't think they're not clear enough to how to help their fans or their listeners or their whatever. And I don't think they really don't know what they're doing basically. If that makes any sense. I don't think they know what they're doing. I don't think they explain it correctly to people who they're talking to, if it's on stage or a podcast or anything like that, because I don't think they're clear enough to how to get their fans uh, to get to the next level. And many motivation speakers don't really know what they're really doing. Really, I don't think they really know what they're doing. Um, I think that there's many of them to actually know what they're doing. I think Tony Robbins has done more for the personal development industry than anybody. Has done more good. I would say it's not that others didn't do good, but I think Tony Robbins probably did more good for his uh, industry more than any speaker or whatever. And Tony Robbins actually knows what he's talking about. And if you really listen to him, he sees what he's talking about. And you know, he's one of those people you should probably listen to if you really find that really inspiration, you want to do what he's doing, go listen to him. Or we want to go to listen to a podcast, like let's say, um, uh, Blues House. I listen to him pretty much all the time because I look at him as a mentor. I've never met him in person, but I look at him as a mentor if it makes any sense because I think for him, what he's done for the podcast community and for his audience and the people he's interviewing, I think he has done so much good. Like I'm doing good right now, so much good. So um, he is he's one of those people that I really admire when it comes to the podcast uh, media business. Not so much the traditional television, more the media, podcasts, internet news stuff, they stream or whatever you want to call it. He's a guy that I think he's really interesting to listen to. And I think he's really interesting. And he doesn't make it so confused. He makes it clear as he can, he gets to the point. And many podcasters don't have the questions like Bruce House does. Not that they don't have it or anything else. Do good, I'm sure they do, but I just think that I think Lewis Howes actually knows what he's doing. I think he has the heart and he connects with them emotionally, spiritually, and all that stuff. And that's what I really admire about him. And I'm learning from him as I speak, and I'm learning and listening to his show and all that. So the way he speaks is incredible, I think. And there's just a few people out there who just actually know what they're doing and actually know what they're talking about. The way they speak, the way they do things. It's incredible if you really think about it. And it's really incredible how you look at these certain people, You know, if you're I don't know, if you're reading a author or podcaster, either way, they have something different than the rest of the population doesn't have that they have, basically. And they have the results. And if you want to be successful in life, you gotta go to those kind of people. People in your industry that you're interested, I should say. And you should go to those people that actually know what they're doing and do what they say. And I don't think you're gonna take up what they're saying right away overnight. Over time, you'll pick it up and say, okay, I understand. I didn't understand the first or second time, but it takes the repetition of it, if you know what I mean. So it's something that, you know, if you want to get the results you really want, go to the mentors. Go to the, I don't know, seminars or go to the, I don't know, media events or the whatever you're interested in your industry. Go to the people that actually know what they're doing and ask them or listen to them and do exactly what they tell you. I don't think they tell you to go to bed and what time you should eat, what time you should do this. That's not them. That's that's not what they're doing. I think if you want to be successful in life, you gotta listen to your mentor or coach. And you gotta listen to what they have to say. Don't go to your family member because they don't prior the results like, you want or something because they probably the same results as you or maybe differently, I guess. And I think you have to kind of like, okay, if I want to be successful, if I want to get the results that I really want, and be really clear, you're gonna have to listen to certain people that I would say you really admire. Maybe it doesn't have to be the same industry, but maybe similar, I guess, in a way, if it makes any sense. Um, like you need goals, like steps to really reach. Um, I think you just have to be very clear, very honest with yourself and others as well, but especially yourself. Starts being clear with yourself. What do you really want? I mean, that's the question that most people um, uh, don't get clear on. I think they're just kind of confused by their state, by their mind and their, where they're at mentally, I think, because they don't know. Because you hear people like, what do you really want in your life? And what do you really want? And the truth is, most people don't know what they want, and they don't. It's not that they don't have inspirations or anything like that. They do, but they don't know what they want. And take the time what you really want. Take some time. Don't rush it, just take time. As I heard it on podcasts and YouTube videos, as I've been studying these things for I think about like a year now, I believe. Something like that. It's just, if you want to be successful in life, you have to listen to those people and do what they tell you. And don't go to your family members and think, oh, that's just how it goes. I'm going to listen to them all. You're probably going to get the same results as them. Nothing against them, but if you want to be successful, you have to do things differently, let's say. So it's, I think you have to be, um, I think you have to be clear. I think you have to be honest with yourself, honest with other people around you. So let's see if they can help you. So I think that's the key, I think. Um, I think you have to be very clear what you want and listen to the mentor, get a coach, or do something and do exactly what they tell you. And they probably have more experience than you, of course. They have more, I would say more, I don't know, more wisdom, I would say, because there's people I listen to who have more wisdom than me. They're more smarter than me. It's not that they're not better than me. It's just they've been there and they've done that, and they have wisdom. And good that people have more wisdom than you. And you gotta listen to the people that, if you want to be successful in your industry or similar to that, I guess, go to those people, listen to them. If it's in person or not, like listen to what they have to say. And, get clear what you want. What kind of results do you really want? For me personally, it has taken me about, well, a long time to get really clear what I want. It took me a while because it didn't happen overnight, of course. But it just took me time to really, um, what else I want. It took over time, of course, but eventually, I think, uh, I got clear on it, I think. And, you know, I still want more. I still want more results as you go on with your life, of course. But I think you have to be very clear. What kind of results do you really want? Why do you want it? Why do you think it will help people? Why do you think will fit you? Or why? Because those kind of questions you got to ask yourself. Get a notebook or a pad or whatever and start writing down with a pen. And take your time. Like, don't take like 2 seconds because that's not going to work. Um, I was gonna burp, excuse me. So anyways, I think you have to be very clear what you really want in your life. And most of us have not been really been taught since we're like little kids, because we go to school and the teachers uh, give us all the books and all the tests and see if we really pass it. If we do, we pass it and we got the information. The truth is we didn't because because school didn't really didn't teach us about the mind, didn't teach us about our subconscious works. If you want to be successful, you gotta like kind of study with the subconscious, because most people don't really know much about the subconscious, and they don't. And if you want to be successful, you gotta study the subconscious as well, I think. And I think you just have to be self-aware about it, because school teaches us to gather more information, more knowledge, more books, more tests, more this. It's not that you don't like. It's not that you don't like need to learn it, but school gathers a bunch of knowledge in our consciousness, but it doesn't match the results, because the truth is our results don't match what they give us when we're in school. Let's say when we get to the degree, we get this, but we're broke and unhappy. I mean, it's wild if you think about it. You're gonna find other people that didn't do well in school, like myself, and other people are do better in life, but they never did well in school. I did poorly in school. I mean, I wouldn't say that I was like a, like a horrible student, but I just had like a hard time with the schools, and they didn't explain it properly. I think they don't. I didn't think they really explained it to the kids, because I think a lot of people need help, including myself and you. And we go to school and we get all the knowledge, but the results don't match. Think about that. I mean, that's wild. They're absolutely brilliant, but they're broke at the same time. But the results don't match because they didn't change their subconscious. They didn't change their mindset. They didn't, because what school thinks they just have to gather information in your consciousness, but it doesn't work. It doesn't match your results. And school does it the wrong way. And I think that many families think that you have to like somehow you gotta like if you read the books you get it and you move on. That's not how it works. You gotta like read the same thing and listen to the same thing over and over by repetition. But anyways, I was gonna say is like you're gonna find other people that didn't do well in school are actually doing very well, earning a lot of money, getting what they want, and doing the things they love, the things they're doing, the things they want to go, and all the places. And you find that people who went to school who did very well, but they're broke, and the results don't match their life results. So I think that's wild if you think about it. And it's just like wow, and just like that's wild if you think about it. And I'm not saying everybody doesn't go to school or doesn't do well or anything, because I didn't do well in school. I was okay. I would say I don't want to say I was like a terrible student, but I would say I was probably a okay student. Let's put it that way. And, you know, I had a hard time in school, because school doesn't really teach us how to, about our mind, doesn't even teach us about anything about life, doesn't even teach us about challenges. If you think about it, they don't even teach us about money, they don't even teach us about how to start a business, they'll teach you how to maybe talent, invest it maybe. They don't teach you how to earn, they don't teach you how to like, how to build media relationships. I don't know, I'm kind of getting off topic, I guess, but it's true. School doesn't teach us these things. They should, but they don't. But they don't teach us the results that we really want. We go to school and we finish school or whatever, and we don't get the results, and we're lost and broke, and we don't know what to do with our lives. And school should be teaching that in an early age, all the way until they've uh, when that kid finishes school or finishes high school, let's say. So for 12 years or whatever it is, this stuff should be taught in school, not later in life. It should be taught like early age, like 5 or 6. You know, maybe it should have been taught like before the child went to school. And school doesn't teach us these things. They should, but they don't. They don't. They don't teach it because they don't know. Um, why? I don't know. Because they probably don't know. Um, it's just school doesn't give us the results we want. We want to get better. We want to get better results. We want to have a better life. All those amazing things we want to do with our lives, but we don't get the results because we're programmed to to be like everybody else. To look at our present results and dictate this is how life goes. The truth is not. You can decide what results you want, but I think you have to kind of get some help and get a mentor and listen to certain people actually what they're talking about. Um, I think you have to just kind of be self-aware, I think, and you just have to be self-aware. Start with self-awareness, I think, and ask yourself, what do I really want? And go to a mentor, go to a coach, and it doesn't matter if you have the money or not, because if you want it, you gotta make a decision, and the money will come, of course, and the things will come and help. So it's like, the question is, what do you really want? What kind of results do you really want? And I think that, I think we all want to get better results. I think we all want to get better life. I think we want to improve the quality of our life. I think we want to reach goals that we never reached before, the things we never done before. And our goals should scare us, give us inspiration, help us prepare, because that's what goals are. Because most people think goals you have to just, oh, this is what I can do. But that's not, I guess it's kind of like a side inspiration, I guess, but not really. But you gotta go to what kind of goal that you never done before, or you always wanted. Somehow you never really achieved that, I guess, when things got in the way in your life, I guess. But go to, go to something that you never achieved before that you always wanted. What about right now? Like, most people wait in the sidelines and they think, oh, this happens and if that. You have to set a goal. And you're not gonna do it by yourself. You're gonna help the way. But I think you have to be clear what you really want, what kind of results you want, what kind of things you want, where do you want to live, where do you want to go, where do you want to do this, or what kind of money do you want. What kind of, I don't know, what kind of lifestyle do you live on? What kind of people do you hang out with? Things like that. So really, those questions to ask, I think, and this is something. So it's something to really think about and ask those questions to yourself. And it starts with ourselves. If we want to help people, we gotta help ourselves as well and get the results we want. And when we eventually get the results we want, we should, then help the people get the results they want. But first, we gotta help ourselves first, of course, because many people think that helping yourself is something that's a weak thing or something. Oh, don't say that. Well, it's like if you're not gonna help yourself, then how are you gonna how are you not gonna help yourself? Excuse me. How are you not gonna help yourself? Think about that. But if you want to get the results, you can help yourself and ask for help, of course. If it's a coach, a mentor, or somebody out there. So so do what's best for you and your family and for your community, especially yourself. Um, it's just something to really think about in the questions and go after it. And don't listen to those people tell you, "Oh, you can't do it." Who are you? You're this. And the truth is, that's their thing. That's their stuff. Just let it be. Don't let it get to you. It's not worth really listening to, really. And just let them say what they want to say because they don't have really any to say about your life, about what's decisions, because they don't make decisions for you anyway, so what's the point of listening? So, I think you have to kind of be aware of what you want and where you're going to go at. The truth is, most people don't know where they're going at because listen to people like their friends, like, oh, what do you think I should do, Harry? Or what do you think I should do, Bobby? They don't know. So, um, you gotta listen to your intuition. You gotta, and if you wanna do what the thing you wanna do, go to a mentor in some of that industry you wanna go and do it exactly what they tell you. Whatever it is, just do what they tell you. So, you're probably gonna pick it up overnight, but you'll pick it up in your as repetition as time goes on. So, um, it's just it just takes time. It doesn't just take in just one day. It doesn't work that way. So, I think you just have to be self-aware and then plan and go after it somehow. You don't know how you're gonna do it. That's the I would say exciting part, I guess. You don't know how you're gonna do it. You don't know how you're gonna achieve it, but you know you're gonna achieve it inside because your intuition tells you, your gut tells you. So it's just something to really think about. So it's just something to really think about. So as I think, and and I think that's true for many successful people. I think so. Um, so it's just something to be very clear and to be very honest with yourself. Um, so it's just something to be just something to think about. Take your time. Don't rush it. Many gurus try to tell you you gotta rush it or do this. Or, it's like, no, doesn't work. No, like, take your time. Do what's right for you, of course. And follow your feelings. That's it. Just follow your feelings and take your time. Whatever it is, you'll get the help and the stuff you need will come to you. So, trust me. So, so that's all I gotta say for today's uh solo pod. I'm so grateful that you just tuned in. I'm so happy that you're listening or watching. I'm so grateful that you just tuned in. I'm here to serve millions of lives weekly, each week, and to prove the quality of life, myself and yours. So, I'm so grateful that you tuned in, and I'm so happy that you're showing up and hoping you're learning something and maybe helping you something. So I'm so grateful for you for tuning in or watching or listening. I really appreciate it, and uh, thank you. And I'll see you the next one. Take care. Thank you.